Guys, something crazy just happened. The mystery of this image has been plaguing the internet for years. For those who don't know, this image is known as the Backrooms. And guess what? It's finally been found. Hi, I'm Zeep, I'm pretty epic, like and subscribe, and dude, the Backrooms have been around since at least 2019. It started with a 4chan post that stated, if you're not careful and you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the Backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of an old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around. The Backrooms has become one of the most viral horror stories of the past decade. In fact, it's even inspired a really great series made by independent creators, which is actually going to be adapted into a movie. Whoa.
Hello?
Not to mention all the various video games they've created for it, alongside the various fan depictions of monsters that have been crafted for the Backrooms. Finding the original image of the Backrooms and knowing the exact origin was sought out by millions of people. It is quoted as the holy grail of lost creepypasta media. Say that attuned to that of Jeff the Killer, and where the original image was very difficult to try and find. The crazy thing about the Jeff the Killer mystery is that we could only find an early edit of the image, thus making it still an underlying mystery of what the true original image looked like. Sometimes it could even take 10 to 20 years to try and find the original source of a story or a picture. It's crazy. You never really know where you're going to find these things. For example, that recent song that was found in an adult film. No one expected it to be there, but you know, it was there. Which brings us back to the Backrooms. How long ago was this image taken? This led to investigators. Investigators who formed a Discord server known as the Virtual Carbon Discord server. Investigators tried to find the first time this image was ever posted on 4chan, revealing it to be posted in a 2018 thread where people were posting weird and unsettling images. By using the image name, which was a random assortment of numbers, they were able to translate those numbers into Epoch Unix time. Basically the amount of milliseconds since January 1st, 1970. The set date started for Unix systems. People calculated exactly how many seconds that was after that date for it to be revealed that that image was saved on July 15th, 2012. Which, this is a side note, but that also so happens to be the day the music video for Gangnam Style came out. Kind of a very eventful day. So the user Semliot went back to look at archives from the year 2012, traversing through threads having to do with whatever happened that year, whether it be Barack Obama versus Mitt Romney, or people fanboying about the recent release of the first Avengers movie. Semliot worked hard for this. To quote them, after about a month of privately compiling threads that I thought looked interesting, I pasted them all onto the Backrooms search Google Doc ran by Liam, and there they just sat for a couple days. By the way, if you take a look at the document, it is authentic. There's diagrams everywhere to try and get this just right, to make sure the walls and the rooms don't look like some other back room. They even had a map that went through various regions of the world. The dedication here was unreal. Sometimes they would look up random hotels, random old offices, a place called Collins Cold Storage where it says do not contact in all red, so don't mess with that. Seriously. So after a bunch of these potential locations and threads that may link the origin to where this image was taken were posted on the Google Doc, someone else named Sorara opened up the document and did the research. So after a tedious process, Sorara finally finds a thread older than July 15th, 2012, going back to 2011. The thread starts with this. This is the most horrifying image I've ever seen. Are there any movies like this, or is the truth stranger than fiction? To which another poster states this. This is the most horrifying image I've ever seen. Are there any movies like this, or is the truth stranger than fiction? Yeah, they're basically trying to one-up the original poster with the Backrooms image. That's badass. So the cool thing about this post is that the image posted was the exact size of the 2012 image, but with a different image name. That's important. We see that the name is DSC00161, meaning that this image was taken with a camera. So if we go back to the Google Doc, it stated that that image name was a major breakthrough because it implied it was taken by a Sony digital camera, and that the image posted on the 4chan thread was saved from the direct source. Therefore, the search switched to trying to find matching copies of the file name, believing that it was somewhere online. So they went searching the entire internet, but many of the results came out blank, until someone tried to search the image on Twitter, and that's where they found gold. On May 19th, 2019, around the time the Backrooms image was first made famous, someone had already done the work to dig deep and find the Backrooms image, stating it was from the year 2002. Problem is, if you click the link the guy provides by stating where the origin of the image is, it brings you to a page that doesn't exist, but with the power of the Wayback Time Machine, people made it exist. Now, if you view the website, there's not much there. Images that aren't loading. The title says The New Revolution Raceway, which we'll get to in a second, dated March 2nd, 2003. 21 years ago, Jesus. You have to think about what was going on in the world back then. Kangaroo Jack had come out, that was pretty sick. Oh, Finding Nemo was just released. George W. Bush was president, in the middle of invading Iraq, and 50 Cent had changed the world by stating that it was his birthday. So if you scroll down on the webpage, a lot of images you can't see, but then, lo and behold, the original Backrooms image. Holy crap. We're back! We're back! It's weird because you get other images there that were taken in the same building. It's kind of like seeing like random behind the scenes images of your favorite movie that you've never seen before. It's like, whoa, there were more pictures taken? So the search wasn't done quite yet. The user Zaf did a little more research, finding that the address and building was located in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. If we go to the address, we just see random buildings, which isn't surprising because the Backrooms image is just the inside of a random building. So back to the Google Doc, they provide lore of what this building had. Originally was two connected buildings, with the establishment formerly here being known as Renard's Furniture until it closed down in 1994. A place called Hobbytown, which is like a collectible and toy store chain, came along in 2002, helping to move into this location. Renovations took place and where many photos were taken, including a picture of the second floor, which eventually became the Backrooms photo. They uploaded this picture to their blog 7 months later in 2003. The renovations were completed in 2004. Years later, in 2010, a place called Fabulous Finds bought a segment of the building, while Hobbytown remained in the other side of the building as well. As for the Backrooms room, well, it's an RC car racetrack, now with an entirely different layout. And there it is in its current day, just a random room, and where no one in that image knows how viral this room became. It's kind of funny because these guys are just hanging out, it's just so casual, they're just playing with their RC cars. In fact, the official Hobbytown from Oshkosh stated this. Come to find out, the Oshkosh building is weirdly and awesomely famous on the internet for a picture that was taken a long time ago. A genre of photos called liminal spaces and backrooms that are both nostalgic and a little weird. It's fascinating stuff and pretty fun. The pic above is apparently a very important one to the community as it is the original back room. Kind of cool. I like how they're just like casually like, oh, that's kind of sick. What's even funnier is that the user who posted about this, TJXZ_Z on Twitter, casually just posted, "My friend found the Backrooms location. It's in Wisconsin and these pics are from 2003 in all caps." It's also revealed that much of the room has likely been demolished and turned into something else, as you can see in the RC track. But what also has other people boggling their minds is that when you go back on the Wayback Time Machine, how come there's no other images that were saved? And out of any image, it was only those two that were saved. The images, which are the roots of the Backrooms. There are for sure other images that were taken on this same day that were sent later, we just don't have them anymore. Which puts this all in perspective. It is critical to archive photos, documents, because one day, who knows what it'll become. An image that a random guy took, who probably didn't think much of, went wild. Something that should be stressed is, for those who are watching and considering like contacting the building, please don't harass the people who just simply work there. They're probably going through a confusing time as well, because they're suddenly getting all this attention and they're just like, dude, we're just an RC racetrack place that's connected to a hobby town and some random other store. It's crazy, right? Because now we get these videos of found footage compilations in the back rooms. These videos that reached 20 to 30 million views each. It was this image that started the entire liminal space trend. A trend that's been dominant in the early 2020s to mid 2020s. It makes me wonder one more thing. Who was the guy who took this picture? Will they receive any royalties for the photo they took? Do they even have any idea that this image went so viral? The location is in such a weird city that many wouldn't even think about. Oshkosh, Wisconsin? Never even heard of it before. If you look at images, it looks like most of any other town in the United States. But it was in this town this small patch of land next to a lake that many would consider a place to drive by and never think of ever again, where it will be recognizable for years to come, where a random picture was taken, and where a massive A24 movie that will surely do very well was based off of. Out of all the images on the Wayback Time Machine that could have still been on there are only 2 images that are the lone survivors, after 20 years. And thankfully, one of them will be etched into our culture for many decades to come. If you don't like and subscribe, one of the Backrooms monsters will get you. See you guys soon.